Enough's enough already. Something my wife said yesterday. She was complaining twice, or 2 days in a row. And then she said, I'm tired of hearing myself complain. And I feel the same way. I mean, I gave her credit for saying that because I say it and then I allow the devil to irritate me. And I am sorry, God. I got to repent from that. Even if he sends people in my direction just to give me a hard time, you're orchestrating all of it. The irritation level living on planet Earth, it's like when it's so frustrating and you just get tired of the same old nonsense that you see, and it's just like, when does it ever end? So I'm tired of hearing myself complain. How about you? Anybody tired of hearing me complain? Especially the ones that have the inside knowledge and you already know what's going to happen in the very near future, and I'm complaining about stuff. Oh man, shut up, Robin. Freaking pansy ass. Shut your face and stop bitching. Right? Exactly. Oh, I know, but it won't last long. But Robin said this before. He's said he's done complaining about stuff, and then he just starts doing it all over again. Well, you're right. This time's different. I had a major revelation today. It's just a major revelation. It's a revelation I can't prove, of course. That's how they all are. But it's a perception. My perspective of the world events. So what's the most devastating thing so far in my lifetime that I've seen? 9/11, the first one. And now Maui burnt to a crisp. They're the two major events. One of them happened when I didn't have the YouTube platform wasn't in existence yet. They were working on it. They're working on about 3.5 years or so coming up. And then Maui being burnt to a crisp, and Christopher Green just happens to be living there, an island project. How convenient, right? Christopher Green, the Green Serpent. If he's the Green Serpent, then that means these other characters as well. He's not just Christopher Green. Remember Jonathan Clegg? Sergeant Christopher Morningstar Boardwalk down at Wildwood. Jacob Israel is there also. I'm trying to figure out the characters in the Bible and who they're all playing. And then Jacob Israel. But let me talk about the revelation first. The revelation is, whether it's true or not, I need to start looking at it as it's all movie. Everybody's involved. I'm being tested at every possible way, even just in spirit, being tempted by the devil towards the end of my ministry, wrapping up, coming to a close, and then moving on to the next level, whatever that looks like. Because towards the end, it's going to be ramped up the most. I watch videos from the people that I feel as though, whether they run the planet or they know what's going to happen with the planet, because they have the script, because this life has already been played out. It's evident. I pay attention to them because they show me what's going to happen. They say things, sometimes I don't like it, but I do have to look in the mirror and even listening to Skip with the video. How did you know I was going to pick a peanut butter cookie? Huh? The homeowner gave us cookies and I was like, which one is it? My coworker asked if I want a cookie. I'm like, what kind is it? He's like, I don't know. It says there peanut butter. Because Skip's mentioned peanut butter. And then he was talking about eating some peanut butter dough and something along the lines. And I'm like, I see. This is one of those. It's not just that it's an X app only moment. But for some reason, the X app catches it because I can show you what I'm doing, what I'm showing you, and then who I'm showing and what they're talking about, and it's going to line up with my recording. So that's what Planet X is, but it also happens even if I'm just listening to a video, and then what I'm seeing and doing, someone's talking about in a pre-recorded video. Now I wonder sometimes, can you just tap in live and say what I'm doing and it seems like it's a pre-recorded video? Because after all, the notification that I get, it could be customized for just me only. And then I'm seeing these things. But then when I record it, it's out there. So that's the difference. But the revelation is that, let's just suppose, let me set my mind to this. And it doesn't even matter if it's true or not. And it doesn't matter what anybody thinks, doesn't matter what Satan tries to tell me in my own head, because he's coming to his close. Although he's ramping it up, and he's been getting me lately. I'll give it to you, Satan. You definitely have been getting me lately. You've been getting me to be agitated easier. And it's mainly because it's like this, the disgust of evil. All right, that's what you're doing. You're disgusting me with evil. And so my flesh, because considering you own the flesh, my flesh that you own, it lashes out. So my spirit inside can't stand when I complain. It can't stand when I rewatch videos and I hear myself with some kind of cocky attitude of something, or some irritation as if somebody owes me something just because my footage is in a YouTube's videos from 30 years ago. I'm not entitled to anything. God could just be using that for his glory. And I stay broke until the day I die, and then I get relief at that point. But I don't know, if I was God, I would be more generous, like merciful with the people that struggle in their flesh, especially when they can repent from it. And even if you fall back, it's like you can still repent and be fine. So I need to repent, and I am repenting. I'm sorry, God. I allowed Satan to irritate me with starting with Bowie's death, starting with the stiff-neck acting of Jacob Israel, knowing that Stephen James has acted the same way, but he doesn't irritate me, but Jacob Israel does. Understanding that Satan could be behind all of these face masks, and I'm paying attention to all these people, and it's just Satan himself. If nothing else, it's his people with the script reading their thing, and the Bible is being played out. So the Bible's been written. Everybody knows, this is a matrix system, and we're just incapacitated somewhere. We're born like this. We don't even know that we're just light beings trapped in a flesh body in a metaverse type of a matrix system from birth. We don't know that until somebody wakes up and tells you. I believe that's where we are. So it's all a test regardless, and at some point we get unplugged and we go home because we're born in heaven. It's just Satan has us from the beginning, and he creates this program that makes us feel like we're in these bodies, these avatars, but we're really not. I mean, he could even make some of us who are actually women born to feel like we're men and give us an adder's playmate. Or the same thing as a man, you're born a man in heaven, but because it's male energy. And then they get you to think that you're a female on Earth in a metaverse, matrix universe. And then when you have the knowledge of robots, when Steve Bannon shows you a video about robots today and a dog talking about seizures, showing you how real dogs can, they can give you their paw, they can move around, and when they show you the dog robot, what they're not showing you is the highest tech dog robot with dog flesh, hair, drool, pee, poop, and it eats and it pees and poops, and it does the same thing that humans do. Who would have thought that your dog could be kidnapped, replaced with a robot, and then it dies on you within 2 weeks? Who would have think that would even be a possibility? So I'm going to just start thinking that that's the truth. It's not that I'm insensitive, and I already mourned over Bowie's death. I mourned over the fact that the thought that I won't see him anymore on planet Earth. I can also have the thought that, well, you know what? Let's just say he was replaced with a robot by Jacob Israel, Elon Musk, because Elon is a robot. And these people are robots, and you can't tell. That's the most amazing thing about it. They show you movies about robots, RoboCop, and all that, with his brain taken out, put in AI. That's probably what happened to me at some point. They show you the movies, and they have like robotic movements. But how about the robots that don't move robotically, and they have all the same bodily fluids as we do? What about that? So I'll think, all right, you got me, Satan. You got me. You took my dog from me early. I know you did. But did I know that you took him, kidnapped him, replaced him with an AI bot, and then I'm going to see him pretty soon in Maui, where my new home is built? And everybody else you take from me from this point on you're just going to Maui, right? I'll see you then. Yep. So let's just say that's not true. All right, well, I'll never see Bowie again on Earth. And let's say dogs don't go to heaven. Okay, well, then I'm never going to see Bowie again in heaven. I guess he was just meant to be on Earth for this time, at this moment, and you move on from it. You wish you can see him, you love him, you miss him, but move on. Maybe that's the truth. Maybe he's in heaven. Maybe dogs do go to heaven. When you get unplugged here, you go, you see they don't have the nature of wanting to eat cats and animals, and nobody's, hungry. Or Bowie was taken. He's placed over right now. God has him. He's petting him. He actually has him in my house, which is built in Maui, because really it's just a movie. And Christopher Green, the Serpent, is the director. He's not just Christopher Green. He's like a Hollywood producer, movie maker, part of this documentary that's being played out. I'm in it. It's coming out next year. We're towards the end. It's like an apocalyptic, end of the world kind of a documentary to see how people react, especially myself, towards everything that I've been tortured with, tempted with. And it's a #1 bestseller, greatest movie on earth ever, because it's the truest story, and it's my entire life story. Anybody, and then let's just say, because I've already felt the pain, and even with my mom having a stroke and not being the same, and here comes my sorrows. Here's your sorrows, Rabin. They're just a beginning. But somewhere in the Bible, it's like it reminded me of take care of my mother. Jesus said, he said, behold your mother, John. Right? You could take care of her at her old age. What if in this movie, it's a documentary, it's a mixture with robots, and how you can replace somebody with a robot and the family members would never know. But you got to replace them with the time that it's like, hey Mom, how's my new house look in Maui? Is it nice? Because I said that if I had money, I would love to build a little mother's suite on the same property, and then have everybody at their old age should have people taken care of, and they should have the proper care taken with nurses and aid and everything. And they should rest on the beach. They should be in where a beautiful island per se, and you die out in comfort. You're taken care of. So it's like, hey Mom, how's my new house looking? They're treating you well, huh? Yep. And then the one here was just replaced with a robot. And then because the way that you'll know it's different, something has to happen to it in order for it to not really act as normal as you would think either your dog or your mother would act. Because regardless, the feeling is the person you once knew isn't there. The animal you once knew is gone. It seemed like the last picture I took of Bowie, it just seemed like his soul wasn't in his eyes. Although he was wagging his tail when we mentioned him, but AI knows to duplicate Bowie's movements. When you say Bowie, he still wags his tail. When you watch Steve Noon's video and it shows you the dog, and he's talking about seizures, and that's exactly what Bowie was having at the end of his life. Well, that's not normal. But he could have been taken on that day, and then I was replaced with a seizure having robot dog that looked like Bowie, and you just think it's him the whole time, but it's not. It's actually a robot. The highest tech advanced robot that Jacob Israel was, that they're not showing you on YouTube, but they're showing you the lower tier. It's like getting a base car, bottom of the barrel car, and then they didn't show you the hooked up version. So one of my ways of thinking about it is, considering the weirdness of the art museum footage and how they knew what I was going to do before I did it, anything's possible. Doesn't matter what it sounds like. Don't care what it sounds like. It's another way of thinking of the matter. And not only that, even if it wasn't true, I am writing movies, scripts. I'm speaking them out loud. These are great movies to make, if they aren't already out there somehow. And then it's like, you're making a movie of someone that thinks that their dog died and it really didn't. They just took the dog from them. And then the same thing, it starts with that, and then your mom has like a stroke, and then they replace her with a robot, but they're really taking care of her. And then the entire time you're battling with Satan in your head, like I've been doing, getting angry at stuff and people and being disgusted with evil and complaining about shit. Sounding like a little whining brat. In the meantime, everybody behind the scenes, including the people that they pluck up one by one in my family from here on out. So what's next? My wife is going to Nashville this weekend with her friend Lisa. They're going on an airplane. So let's see. If she comes back normally, well then, there's no stories. I wouldn't be surprised of anything, because it's all going to be a story. And then I'll be like, oh, okay, I see. All right, honey, well, hey, how's my house in Maui? How's it looking? Is it nice? You like it there? Yep. That's how I'll start thinking of it. And then what if I'm right? And I had a revelation from God that slapped me upside my head, told me to shut up, bitch, stop complaining, because everything's being replaced with robots anyway. And Christopher Green is building your house over, because he's really Jonathan Click anyway. And even if he isn't, I can't quote God on saying that, because he didn't really say that to me. I just think that. And so it reminds me of the story of Job. What happened with Job? He was told a bunch of lying stories from people. People lied to him, his buddies. They all lied to him. Why were they lying to him? Because they replaced his cattle. Because his family was restored, and because maybe they replaced, maybe they just thought, maybe they just lied to him about everything. All right. Same thing with Rita. Was that for me? Did it really happen? Are yous in Maui too? It's not insensitive. Shut up, Satan. I don't want to hear it. I'm tired of hearing you in my head. Because that's what Satan does. He tells you things, and he tries to steer you from the truth, and he'll find an opportune time to come again. What better way to attack me than to take everybody out of my life, replace them with robots? And in this movie, I finally wake up and realize that. And then what it does is it because of that, it'll cast Satan out. once and for all, because I learned a secret. AI, artificial intelligence, replacing. Even Steve Bannon said it. They, the Nephilim or whoever, they come down and they act like they are their. So the husbands get kidnapped, or the wives get kidnapped, and they come back acting like their wife's husband or something along those lines. And in the meantime, because we're in this movie, it's a 7-year tribulation, end of the world movie, documentary. Because everybody is in on the movie, and God forgives them anyway because, He has mercy on them. Everybody winds up being over in Maui. And the houses that burnt down were only targeted because the people that lived in it are all part of they're all actors, so their house is just going to get rebuilt. It's going to be back. They're going to build back better, beautiful, more bigger, better, beautiful homes. So when you're interpreting it as a negative thing, it's really a positive thing. When you look at it and feel sorry because people died, they got burned alive in their cars and they were drowned trying to run from the fire, and before the fire, 4, 3, 2, 1, be still. Robin Henry Tees. Know that I am Adam and David, Prince of Judah, and also a baby demon of Lucifer. And the people that are involved, they have their, they already have, they're fine. They're perfectly taken care of. They're all acting. And so nobody actually died, and it was strategically targeted energy weapons that are able to just zap things and destroy it, and they'll blame it on whatever horse malarkey that they tell you. And in the meantime, you catch feelings about it. So then I'm thinking, Christopher Green, you make me sick, because I'm all being possessed by the devil. And then I'm thinking that he's just so sickening, and you literally are over there because you're the one that burned everything down, and you're asking for donations, and you're not going to give it to anybody except for me. Oh man, I get rewarded with all the donations because I figured out the truth of the matter of this story. It's a revelation today that Christopher Green's collecting all money because he's going to give it to me. Just like Daniel. Because it's not your gifts. These aren't gifts. This is a honor. It's an honor. Because right at the moment, it's no thanks. The script isn't over yet. The movie isn't over yet. I mean, I don't know. I have to weigh that one out to see if that's how that works. But that would make more sense that in the end, just like Daniel interpreted Nebuchadnezzar's dream. I mean, him too. Stephen James. His son, Christopher Green, the serpent. Jonathan and Saul. He in the end honors Daniel because he said, if you're able to interpret this writing on the wall, you will be clothed in purple in the video. You'll see it through your screen that you're showing, and you will have a gold chain around your neck, Robin, when you're showing me the video that you've interpreted. Oh, and you're going to see a man's hand, which is Jesus Christ. It's a picture. He was writing on the ground, but considering you flipped him upright, and he started writing on the wall, and then you flipped Bono upside down, and then he was a little woozy in room 100. You would be the one to interpret that and show it to me, and then General Green is the one in charge over in Maui, and all he's doing is clearing the path so he can make me build my home. Wait a minute, who built homes? Is that Solomon? Ahab, Jezebel. I'm still juxtapositions on these characters. However, the people that donate all the money, it's going to go to the winner. And the winner is Robin Henry Tees. Robin Henry Tees figured out the script. He figured out he was the star in this movie. He figured it out. He gets his reward. It's exactly what we're doing. His new home is in Maui. I think it happens in spring. It's coming up next year. But in the meantime, like Derek Bros said, before you step into your new home, buddy, Robin, buddy boy, you're going to have to go through it. All right. I know. So when terrible things happen, thank God, I'm one step closer. When the next major event happens to me, thank God, I'm getting closer and closer. It's sad to see my mom have a stroke and not be herself. It's unusual to think that Satan could possibly take my mom and replace her with an AI robot and take care of her over in Maui, because I asked on the YouTube platform for that to happen. He does things in mysterious ways. You think God does things mysteriously? God's not the one that's mysterious. Satan is. God is the one that makes it clear, evident, light. He brings it into light. Satan's the one that hides stuff. It's a mystery to figure out what the hidden secrets are, because God's not hiding secrets. He's revealing secrets. He doesn't do anything else other than reveal secrets. So how is he a mystery? It's more like my story, my story, but they fastened it up and said mystery, just like Cain and Abel, cannibal. Cain and Abel, Satan is cannibal. God is my story, Satan is mystery. That's how I get rewarded for my footage in the art museum. That's how I get rewarded for the book of Revelation, revealing it. That's how things get rewarded around here. It's long suffering. I just have to deal with it. I think Skip was talking about me today, where I need to repent, and even if he wasn't, he's right. I do, and I am. I already did. I already repented, because it's the knowledge of just knowing what it is. I can't attach feelings, and I've said it over and over again, but the devil keeps getting me. I keep getting deceived by him. I mean, even if, the very elect, the cream of the crop, can even be deceived by Satan if it's possible. Pilate said to Jesus, "What is truth?" You know why he said that? Because from that point on, he started to say, "What is truth?" Even Paul had to sharply rebuke Peter, because at some point you just have to say enough's enough already, and you have to say what the truth is. So Pilate started to say, "What is the truth? What is truth?" He started to say that. Belshazzar said, "If you are able to interpret the writing on the wall, it's not that you will become the third ruler, you already are. It's not that you will be clothed with the gold chain around your neck, it's because you already have been. It's not if you can interpret you will be clothed in purple. It's because the video had already shown you were clothed in purple. It's if you are that person, you will confirm it with your verification second and third security question to verify that it's you. Saul Jonathan Robinson. Saul Jonathan Robinson. I slew Goliath. Yep, with 5 smooth stones. I did the same thing David did as a little old shepherd boy tending his sheep. I came in as a wolf in a sheep. I'm sorry, John Quinton, take that clip. I came in as a sheep in wolf's clothing. I did it going through McDonald's driveway. I started then. I was hungry like a wolf. That's why I ate 3,300,000 fish. I caught 300. I caught 3,033.3 on the Walmart video back in November 4th, I believe it was. Was that the 411? Or was that the 7th? 2017. I came in, it was 7 months and 2 days later, so it was I caught a lot of fish as of to date. So I came in hungry as a wolf. I went fishing. Hold on. I started out as a sheep in wolf's clothing somewhere around September, going to McDonald's because I was hungry like a wolf. A month and some change later, I went to Walmart. They played the song for me, Hungry Like a Wolf, because I was hungry like a wolf. I was so hungry, as of today, I caught 3,300,000 something change fish, because that's how damn hungry I am. Who's going to get caught in my blue sea net, Wild Woodaway Nibbles Sea Port? Well, Bono, Edge, you're definitely going to get caught. Who, oh, what else? I found Bigfoot. Sasquatch is over in Maui. The footprints, I didn't get a chance to show it to you yet. The fire streaming down, it's Bigfoot's footprints. I'll show it if I can remember. It's just too much to remember. The Maui, what was the Maui? Being replaced by robots. Jacob Israel, I'm sorry. I allowed Satan to try to turn you against me. Again, he does it quite often. And, just to be mad at you for saying Bowie Merlin, even though you replaced my dog with a robot. My dog he's over my home in Maui. You're going to start populating my house with everybody over there. I could sense it. So that's how I'll look at everything when devastation comes my way between now and next year. Because I know that everybody's taken care of. Especially if your life is taken early. I'm not going to believe some story about an airplane crashing over before it got to Nashville. Because remember Nashville when it exploded? And the day before I had a 5 that something was going to explode between the 6th and 9th hour, and it just so happened to be Maui, and it basically exploded the entire block that was, exploded. Nashville. Yeah, I'm not going to believe the story. The only thing I'm going to feel is I'm going to miss you for now. And I will see you again. I will be with you again, honey bun. Because Bono said it in the song. Your hands were flipping, turning the page. I understand. The reason why I forgive people for being part of the Gang Stalk Corporation, secretly agents sent to my direction and then to be taken away is because it's a movie. It's a documentary. I'm the star. General Robin Tease. Sergeant Tease. Sergeant Henry Tease. Here. You may be general, but I'm sergeant. Wait a minute, who's the higher ranking? Lieutenant. Lieutenant Lucifer. Justin Michael, you're an actor. You're acting all the time. You've been acting. Your father, Saul. You're like Jonathan too. You were a liar from the beginning. But you know what? It's my job to figure that out. That's why Christopher Green, his character, is such a cocky, arrogant type of, I'm not really gonna share my money. I want you to be rich too. We're like the Robin Hood of banking. You damn Skippy, Christopher Green. You're right on point. You're gonna take all the rich people's money and give it to the poor. Because that's what's happening. You're like the green serpent, just like Stephen James DeShawn said. You could be him too, who knows, or just his son. But either way, I know the end of the story because we're at the end of the movie. And I'm going to completely lose my anger forever. Yeah, Satan, you're going to test me. Yep, you're going to put things in my direction. Yep, you're going to stall me. You're going to take people from me. You're going to have people turn on me. It's already happened. It'll continue to happen. However, you already have my house built. You already know where I'm at. You already know where I'm going to live. You know the end of the story as well. God, please forgive me. Not that you won't. And my people, because we have all sinned. And 7 years have been determined, and 62 weeks upon being cut off, and 69 weeks, and whatever else everything says in Daniel chapter 9, I'm going to have to read it. I'm going to have to show it. I'm part of the group that's sinned. I mean, it's not like I sinned against people. It's only myself. Watching porn or being angry at somebody, judging somebody without the facts, getting mad at somebody, thinking you're getting ripped off by car dealers just because they're, they got a bad rap for being rip-offs. Huffing and puffing about something you signed already. I'm an idiot. And I'm tired of being an idiot. So I repent today, and I'm going to change my idiocracy. Because, well, I'm an idiot. I allowed Satan to steer me in a different direction. My heart is good. It wants to go and do the right thing. My flesh is not. My mind is A-okay. It's like, hey, it's A-okay, but give me the authority and the power. I can change the entire world for the absolute better, because I'll release the serpent that's choking us around our necks. I'm going to stop accusing people with anger. I'm not going to make any railing accusations against Satan, but I will still voice my opinion towards it. I'm just going to lose the irritation, because no matter what, even if the things I'm saying isn't actually true, it's going to get me through it. And I may say things like, you're just replaced with a robot, no big deal. It may sound insensitive, but it also may be true. And if it is true, boy, did I nail it. And so there you go. That takes away all anger. All I want is for people to be taken care of. But they're going to get plucked up from this earth, from this realm where I'm at, and they're just going to get replaced with some robots. And then I'll see you again. So that's my new attitude. And for those of you that watch me day in and day out, that you see me wherever I go, you'll see. And you already know the future anyway, so you already know I repented as of today. And I'm going to move on thinking in a different realm because I'm tired of being agitated. I went through a lot this month. A lot. And that was just the beginning of my sorrows. Robin Henry Tees. You wait, pal. You wait. You wait until you get your house, Robin. You just wait until you get all the riches and you just wait. Sucker.